Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. I hope all of you are doing well today. I hope all of you are healthy, happy, and safe. For those of you who have missed my previous videos or are not familiar with Cold Spring Harbor, we are in Long Island, New York, Zone 7A. So we are finally in the month of March, you guys. Here in Zone 7A, we are still in our winter season. Today, it's a bit chilly outside, and the snow from the recent snowstorm just started to melt. So I thought we were gonna stay inside today, and I wanted to give you an update on those ranunculus corms that we planted together a little while back. As you could see, they sprouted, they've been growing. So I wanted to show you what you need to look for to show you that it's time to transplant your ranunculus to larger sized containers. So again, for those of you who are not yet subscribed to my channel, you could still do so today by clicking subscribe button below. Leave your comments below. As you see, I read each and every one of your comments. And also click thumbs up if you like this video. It makes me very happy to see that you guys are watching my videos, liking my videos, and commenting on my videos. So let's get started with those ranunculus corms. So here you go, guys. Today we're going to talk about a few things. First and foremost, I am going to give you a full update on our ranunculus flowers over here. I am going to show you their huge, abundant root system. I am going to tell you about a few signs that you need to look out for. Those signs will give you heads up that it's time to transplant your ranunculus. Also, my helper Julia over here, she is already holding our larger new planting containers, right, Julie? Yep. And we're going to need our organic potting mix, you guys. So let's get started. Let's talk about the progress of our plant, and then let's transplant these beautiful babies, right, Julie? So just a quick recap and a quick reminder. When growing ranunculus, you grow these beautiful, gorgeous flowers from something called a corm, C-O-R-M. Corms are not bulbs, they're not tubers, they're not bare roots, they're not seeds. If you are interested in learning more about ranunculus corms and how to pre-soak them and to plant them in your trays, I have a video on my channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor, which I made a little while back, talking all about the ranunculus corms, how to pre-soak them, how to plant them, and where to place them in order for your corms to sprout and to start growing. Remember, guys, ranunculus, after you planted your corms, they have to be placed in a cooler, dark location in order to sprout and to grow. If you place your planted corms in a warm, sunny spot, they will not grow for you. They will not sprout. So yes, that is one tricky detail about growing these flowers. Once they will sprout and you will see consistent growth. You can move them to a warmer, sunnier location. So one of the obvious signs that your ranunculus plant flower is ready to be transplanted is when you see the green leaves over here. You see that your corm has not only sprouted, it started to grow its true leaves. Another sign is if you bend the wall of your seeding tray or your growing tray back and you see large, dense, abundant root growth like this, that means that your plant definitely struggling for root space, and you definitely need to transplant it to a larger container. So when choosing a new container, a larger container to replant your ranunculus flowers into, always make sure that the container is large enough so the flower will have plenty of space to build and strengthen its root system. So I got these 4x4 plastic planting containers with drainage holes from Amazon. I will link them below if you are interested in these containers. There are 60 of these containers per box, and the price is very affordable. And of course, these containers are fully reusable, which is why I like them so much. So again, you guys, because these flowers will eventually be transplanted to my cut flower garden outside, I will be transplanting them today, not outside yet, into larger containers, but I will be using the organic potting mix when transplanting today, because essentially that is the soil that they will be growing in when I transplant them again to their final growing destination. So here you go, guys. I took one of my plastic 4x4 potting containers that I just showed you. I pre-filled it roughly halfway with my organic potting soil. And now I am going to try to start separating and pulling out my ranunculus flowers. Again, you have to be very careful so you do not damage its growing root system. So you have to be gentle. So let's see here. So here you go, guys. What I did was I gently bent the side of my tray back, and that helped loosen up the soil a bit. And then I gently pulled one of the ranunculus flowers out. As you could see, the root system is huge, guys. It is large, it is dense, it is abundant. So now that you have your new larger potting container, again, mine is 4x4, and you were able to separate and pull out your ranunculus flower, what you want to do is essentially you want to make some kind of an indentation here in the middle of your potting mix. And now you want to take your ranunculus plant, your flower, and of course, root side down, going into your soil. You want to position your ranunculus plant like so. So another reason why you have to make sure that your pot, the new pot, is large enough is you want to make sure that the roots are not just bundled in together. You want to make sure you will give these roots enough space to grow, because your root system will get larger and larger and more abundant. So here you go, guys. I positioned my ranunculus in the middle of the new pots. As you could see, I gently spread out the flower's root system. Remember, be very, very delicate. It is still a baby plant. You do not want to damage the leaves, and you for sure do not want to damage its root system. So now Julia who put all this beautiful lipstick on so she can look like mommy, she's going to use our spoon. Again, she's just a little kid, so I allow her to use some kind of a spoon to help me, put more of the soil into our pot. So come on, Julie. You're going to take some of this soil, take it, scoop it up, and you move it, you put it in this container. Cover up its roots. Good girl. Keep going. More, baby. Come on, come on. Help out mama. She loves to help me garden. Right, Julia? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come on, keep going, beautiful. Keep going. Good job. So here is my little helper at work. Again, when I do it, of course, I do it much, much quicker, and I use my hands to just pour additional soil on top of the roots. But she's only 3 years old, and she loves to help me garden so much. I allow her to use some sort of a spoon or some kind of a little miniature shovel to add the soil to my pots. So here you go, guys. One of our ranunculus flowers plant has been fully transplanted. You could see that we added additional soil. We are not going to cover these leaves, meaning these leaves, the stalks with the leaves have to stay above your soil level. So here we are doing exactly the same thing now with a second ranunculus flower. So the idea is the same, you guys. You gently separate your ranunculus flower from the rest of the tray. You gently spread the roots in your new potting container, and then you cover up your roots with more additional potting soil mix. So here again, you guys, when you are trying to separate your flower, remember, be very gentle. Wiggle it at first. Loosen up your soil around it. You do not just want to grab and pull on it. You will potentially rip, tear, and damage its root system. So you gently loosen this guy up, like so. And you wiggle its roots. Look at that, guys. There it comes. So we just took out another ranunculus. Look at this, guys. You could see the corms. Can you see the corm? That is the corm that we guys planted together. And now all these roots sprouted out of the corm. So you guys, after a very, very careful and diligent look at my ranunculus tray, I was able to separate and to dig up and to replant 35 ranunculus flowers, you guys, plants. Yes, 35 as of today. So I did leave a few more corms inside that tray for 2 reasons. First reason, some have not even sprouted yet. So I want to give those guys another chance. I want to see if they could still potentially sprout for me. And those which have already sprouted but still have very, very tiny, short little sprouts, I decided to still keep them in my initial tray so they can keep growing there just a bit longer and build a stronger root system before I transplant them just as well. But I think 35 is a good number for today, you guys. So here are the 35, yes, 35 ranunculus plants or flowers, whatever you want to call them, I have transplanted today. Again, my containers are 4x4. I used organic potting mix when transplanting. But today, 35 is the number for me. And I think that is a good number, you guys. So here is what's left inside of my initial tray. Not that many, as you could see, like this guy over here, over here, over here. But as I was separating and pulling out all the larger ones that I transplanted, I did dig up a few corms which have not sprouted yet. So I left them in that soil, hoping that they will still sprout for me. So all that's left to do is to diligently water my transplanted ranunculus and to place these new pots in my sunny, warm green room. So they will continue to grow, continue to build stronger root system, and as the temperatures outside will start to warm up and get more to spring-like temperatures, I will transplant these guys to their final growing destination. So this is it for this video, you guys. Again, thank you so much for joining me here today in Cold Spring Harbor, Long Island, New York. Thank you for letting me show you when and how to transplant your ranunculus flowers to larger sized containers and or pots. Again, if you guys like this video, click thumbs up. Leave your comments below. I read all of your comments. And subscribe to my channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. Stay healthy, stay well, and I'll see you guys in the new upcoming videos. Bye!